Hello guys, welcome to Dan's IT Network. So for today's video is we'll configure the RIP version 2 on this network design. Okay. Well, on my previous video is we configure the RIP version 1, and if you want to understand more about RIP, okay, well I suggest is um, you need to watch the previous video that I made, which is RIP version 1. But if you are confident enough, okay, to understand the RIP on this version 2, then you're good to go. Okay. Well, on RIP version 2, unlike on the RIP version 1, is on this version 2 is we can use the classless IP address. Okay, we can use classful and classless at the same time. While on the version 1 is it is only applicable for just classful. Okay, so here are the IP address that we'll be using to this network. Okay, um, I already subnet them. All right, so this is on the 10.8.0.0/13. So this is a network IP, and these are the available hosts that we can use. All right, and this is the subnet mask. So you notice that the subnet mask is different. It is not 255.0.0.0. Okay, it's because this was subnetted, all right, on the /13. That is why the subnet mask is different compared onto the default one. Okay, and next one is the 172.16.4.0/21. So this is the another network IP, and these are the available hosts that we can use. Okay, the 4.1 and 4.2, and this is the subnet mask that we need to use on the /21, which is 255.255.252.0. Okay, and last, the 192.168.1.8/30. So this is another network IP address, and these are the available hosts. All right, and this is the subnet mask. Okay, and if you notice that I already put the label on the network that we need to use on the each interface, so that it will be easy for you to identify. Okay, so on this line, this is the network, the /30, and this is the IP address that we need to register on this gigabit 0/1. Okay, and go down in this PC, it will be then the 1.10. Okay, so you notice. All right, so this is the 1.9, which is in here, and 1.10 is in here. Okay, so it's easy. And then same thing in here, the /21. So these are the IP address. Okay, it's already labeled, and on this, from router to router, we'll be using the 10 network. Okay, so on this side, okay, the 0/0 gigabit port. We'll be using the 10.8.0.1, and on this side is the 10.8.0.2. Okay, so before we enable the RIP version 2 is we need to register first the IP address on each of the interface of the devices. Okay, so let's go first onto this PC. All right, and I'll go to the IP configuration, and then 192.168.1.10. Okay, and the subnet mask, it should be the 255. Okay, 255.255.255.252. You have to be careful in inputting the subnet mask, because we are not following the default subnet mask. Okay, so we need to put the exact subnet mask that is written here. Well, if you don't know how to subnet a network, well, I do have a separate tutorial on how you can subnet a network. Okay, so this is the correct subnet mask, and the default gateway. Okay, for this PC, it should be the 1.9. Okay, so let's put that. So 192.168.1.9. Okay, and it's good. Let me close this and let's open up the router and let's register the necessary IP address on each port. So let's go first on the gigabit 0/1, and then we'll go with the gigabit 0/0. Okay. All right. So 0/1, and I'll go to command line interface, and I'll hit enter to get started. Type enable, go to the privilege mode, and then comp T to go to the global config mode, and then I'll go to the interface gigabit 0/1, hit enter, and I need to assign an IP address, which is, let's take a look, the 1.9, right? So 192.168.1.9, okay, and then the subnet mask should be 255.255.255.252. Oh, let me spread this, okay? So it's 252, okay, and type no shutdown to turn on the interface. Okay, now it's on, and let's go onto the all right, let me make this smaller. Okay, here we go. All right, and let's go onto the gigabit 0/0. All right, so interface gigabit 0/0. Okay, and then I'll give it the IP address, which is 10.8.0.1. Okay, and the subnet mask, this is the 255.248.0.0, okay, which is on this subnet mask. All right, so 255.248, okay, .0.0. Okay, so we're good. So let's double check. 810.8.0.1, okay, and then 255.248.0. Okay, it's good. And let's turn on the interface by typing no shutdown. Okay, and let's save the configuration by typing do space right and control C on the keyboard to go to the privilege mode. Let's check the running configuration just to double check. All right, for the sake of this tutorial, let's go to the configuration, running configuration, double check the IP address. Okay, so on the gigabit 0/0, got here the 10.8.0.1. Yeah, it's correct. And correct subnet mask 255.248, okay, 00. And then on the 0/1, um, should be the 1.9, which is here, right? And then it has the correct subnet mask, which is the 252 on the last portion. So we're good. Okay. And let me minimize this for a while. And let's go on to the next router. Okay. So on this gigabit 0/0, this will be the IP address, and gigabit 0/1 would be this IP address. Okay. Anyway, I will make it smaller for you so that we can see. All right, there we go. Okay, and then I'll hit enter to get started. Type enable to go to the privilege mode, and then I'll type comp T to go to global config mode, and then interface gigabit 0/0, and then I'll give it an IP address. Okay, 10.8.0.2. Okay, which is this one. So 10.8.0.2. So 10.8.0.2, and then the subnet mask, it should be 255.248.0.0. Okay, which is this one. I'll hit enter, and then I'll type here no shutdown to turn on the interface. Okay, there we go. And next interface would be interface gigabit 0/1, right? And I'll give it the IP address. Let me spread this. Okay, which is the 172.16.4.1, right? Which is shown in here, correct? and the subnet mask of this IP address is um, this. Okay, see 255. Let's type it 255.255.252.0. Okay, so 255.255.252.0. Okay, and let's turn on the interface by typing the no shutdown. There we go, and let's save the configuration. Okay, and if you want to double check the command that you did, though, you can go to the show running configuration. Okay, but in here then we're not gonna do that though, since we do know how to double check it. All right, so I'll close this, and the last PC that we need to configure the IP address. Okay, I'll go to the desktop. Let me move it here, and IP configuration. Anyway, even if I will not move this though, we can actually see it in here because I use it as a label of this PC. All right, so we can see the IP address. So we can just um, type the IP address in here, 192.16.4.2, right? Match. Okay, and all right, it's good. And the subnet mask is, let's erase this. We need to use then the 255.255.252.0. Okay, because we are on the 172. All right, and so what's the default gateway? The default gateway would be the IP address on the router to where the computer is connected, right? The 4.1. Okay, so 172.16.4.1. Okay, and here we go. So we're able now to complete the IP address registration. Let's try to ping from this PC to this PC. Okay, let's do that. I'll ping. All right, 172.16.4.2. 172.16.4.2. Right, and destination host is unreachable, of course. Well, the reason why it cannot communicate to this PC, well, it's because, well, this router knows about this network. It knows about this network, but it doesn't know about this network because it is not connected on the interface, right? And the same thing on this router, though. It knows about this network and this network because it's connected to its interface. Then definitely it doesn't know about this network because it is not connected on its interface, right? So we now need to configure the RIP version 2.